Hey Gemini, how are we this week? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing a bit of everything sort of reading. So we're going to start off with some general sort of important messages for you. We're going to look at some important messages in regards to love, but I will also be drawing some cards, a card for health as well as a card for social. All right, because coming into Christmas, it does tend to be a very social type of time, so I wanted to just sort of cover that as well and see what's going on for you there. Now this week I am using the messages from the Fairies Oracle deck to sort of get us started. And I'm also using the Red Hand Lenormand. Okay, so that deck does have quite a few extra cards in there. So wanting to sort of get the most out of our messages today. All right, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. But getting started with an oracle for you, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know, please? Okay, so we do actually have, I'm just going to grab one more. That one's more of a timing oracle, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. But Gemini, what does Gemini need to know, please? Okay, Gemini. So we do have the winter card coming through for you. So I am aware that it is winter or the start of winter for quite a lot of people across the world. But here in Australia, it is the start of summer, and I do tend to read the seasons as my own. So what we're looking at with this winter energy is, something that has either started for you, 6 months ago, or something that will be coming in the next 6 months. All right. So for some, I feel like that's kind of going both ways. So for some of you, it's something that has sort of, we've put our wish out into the universe, 6 to 8 months ago there. Whereas for others of you, we're looking at something manifesting, come the next 6 months. All right. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So it does sort of show us that this may be something that, you've wished for 6 months ago, or something that you're wishing for now coming in 6 months time. So we do have a bit of a time period on that one. So, but we do have everything's okay. All right. Don't worry. It's all working out in a beautiful way. All right. So whatever this is, and just noticing there too that both of those cards are the purple cards. So purple might be somehow important with that particular. I feel like for a lot of you, it's a specific wish or a specific thing that you're trying to manifest there. But we'll have a bit of a look here with the Lenormand and see if we can get a bit more detail on those oracle there, because like I said, I do feel as though for a lot of you that's a specific thing. All right, so you're either starting to see some the fruition of something that you've been wishing on or trying to manifest for the last 6 months, and for others of you, you are just starting to attempt manifesting something into your life. But it is all working out in a beautiful way. So, positive news all around, I suppose. But Gemini, what's this going on for our Geminis, please? Yeah, okay, Gemini. So we do have the moth first and foremost. So we are looking at something that's transforming for you. There is this transformative metamorphosis type energy with the moth. So it's something that, it's been for a lot of you, this is that you've had that waiting period where it's in the chrysalis, and now we're starting to see that come into fruition, whereas for others of you, you're kind of focusing on trying to transform something. So see where you fit within that, because I do feel as though it's kind of 50-50. Some of you have already popped out of your chrysalis, and others of you are sort of only just sort of going into that, but we do know time is pretty fluid. So But it's kind of like, I do feel for those of you where you kind of going into your chrysalis, it's kind of like, that period of winter where storing yourself away for winter, and then, waiting for everything to come out into reality for you. Pardon it. But that's like a very set yourself free kind of energy. Don't allow anything to limit you when it comes to this manifestation. All right, this wish that you've got. Don't allow anything to kind of trap you or limit you. It's kind of like I just keep getting this you're being set free energy here with that moth, and it's kind of like just follow the light as well. We all know, moths get drawn to the light, so find yourself being drawn to the light. So if you are trying to manifest something, really, really trying to find the lighter aspects, the positive aspects of that there, Gemini, and really focusing on, the best case scenarios. Don't allow yourself to dwell too much on the worst case scenarios. Really, working within a sphere of light and love, of course, rather than, being fearful that, you might be limited for this wish, that there may be some sort of limitation. I'm just really feeling drawn to that, to not allowing that worry to come on in and limit you when it comes to this, because don't worry, it is all working out in a beautiful way, or it will work out in a beautiful way. So don't allow those limitations to dull your freedom, to dull your light with this, okay? We do also see the clover here. So a lot of good luck surrounds this. Everything is working out okay. You've got luck is on your side kind of energy there with the clover. And it does talk about in the short term. So for a lot of you, this is sort of starting to manifest. And it's going to, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, you maybe have been trying to manifest something, and then all of a sudden it's in the near short term. All of a sudden it's telling you, here, it's time to take a chance on this. It's time to take a risk on that thing, and go in, like jump in head first with that. And for those of you where you're on the other side of that, where you're only just sort of starting to manifest this thing, taking a chance on yourself and taking a chance on, trying to manifest these things into your life. For a lot of you, it's got to do with this garden energy. So this garden energy it's talking about, this is probably what we're seeing with that wish energy, is that for some of you, you're wanting to meet somebody new. For some of you, you are wanting to, expand your social world. This is a very social card. So it talks about meeting up with people, hanging out with friends, all those sorts of things. So, some of you, that wish is connected to your social life. Others of you, this is specifically, I want to meet somebody, for a specific purpose. I feel like for those of you where you're wanting to meet somebody, it is love related. For some of you, this is you're trying to manifest a proposal. Okay, for those of you who are already in connections, you may be trying to sort of manifest a specific proposal for yourself there. So I am getting that's a couple of you, but I am also getting here that for some of you, this is a career thing where you are trying to manifest that business meeting where you get a new proposal presented to you, or an invitation to work at a higher level, to an invitation to maybe travel. I'm getting that maybe for one or two of you, you're sort of hoping for that invitation to travel to another branch or something along those lines. This is all about invitations. It can be events as well. So some of you may be sort of have your hopes pinned on a specific event. Which I feel as though, once again, that's going back to a couple of you who are trying to manifest that proposal. So, but it's all working out in a beautiful way. So, jump in head first with this. Take a chance on this, because it does appear as though, this transformative energy is definitely happening for you, and everything will be working out how you want it to. Okay. Very interesting, Gemini. All right, but we'll have a look at, anything specific to do with love and romance. Any important messages for our Gemini with love and romance, please? Stuck in your head a little bit there, Gemini. Okay, any important messages for Gemini with love and romance, please? Yeah, so you are stuck in your head a little bit here with that clouds energy. So this is you overthinking things. Really, really trying to think about things logically. And when it comes to love and romance, a lot of the time, you know, logic doesn't make sense. When it comes to love and romance, a lot of the time we've got to be coming from here, not here. All right. So just a reminder there for you, because if you do overthink things too much, you will be sort of putting yourself into, anxiety. But also, when you overthink this sort of stuff, it does lead to confusion and clouded judgment. All right. And so you kind of start dwelling on the most negative possibilities rather than allowing yourself to, manifest those positive um, vibes, right? Getting stuck on the negative consequences that are the potential of those. Start forgetting about the positive outcomes that could be possible as well. So it's just sort of coming through to remind you, I feel, to get out of your head a little bit here, Gemini. Stop overthinking love. Just sort of allowing it to sort of happen in its own time, to flow a little bit more smoothly for you. We do have the hourglass coming through as well. That has come through with the key. All right, so, we are seeing this timing issue here. This is kind of like divine timing coming through, saying, you may need to be a bit more patient. You may need to wait a little bit. So especially too with that winter card coming through in the initial oracle there, that, you may be needing to wait 6 months. Stop trying to rush everything, because it might take some time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It may not be happening tomorrow, okay? I feel like for some of you, it's stop trying to rush things. Things will happen when they need to, when it comes to love, especially for those of you where this is a proposal that you're trying to manifest. I'm just getting that very strongly, that there's at least, I feel like at least two of you who are trying to, manifest some sort of proposal. Okay, when it comes to love, it'll happen when it happens. You can't push it, because then it's not a, like a proposal. A lot of the time, it's a surprise of how that all plays out. The more that you push it, I feel like it's one of those things. I'm getting this energy of, the harder that you push that thing, you're actually pushing it away. So sometimes when you push down on something, and it goes boop, that's kind of what's happening here. The more that you push on it, the more it's going boop, and getting out of hand, rather than just allowing it to flow naturally, and then it will happen. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. Okay, so you just need to allow that to happen in the time that it's supposed to happen, not rushing everything. I feel, not rushing your person, not rushing people around you, just allowing time to flow a little bit more easily, rather than rushing things at the moment. Okay, because it does lead to success and successful opportunities for you. So for those of you where you're trying to manifest that career related stuff, definitely, in time, this is going to open up a brand new opportunity for you. There is some brand new opportunities opening up for you, but obviously this is talking about, we're looking at love and romance. But I feel like for those of you with the career stuff, that is actually somehow linked to your romantic life. Okay, so, you may, and I'm feeling as though that once this work opportunity opens itself, that's when this opportunity comes through as well. So you know, for those of you where you're waiting for an opportunity to, you know, move within the company or something along those lines, I'm feeling it's for those of you where there's physical distance happening. So if you are sort of waiting on an opportunity to physically move for your career, um, it feels like you're going to meet somebody on the other side of that. So at that new place, there you will be meeting someone where it's that brand new opportunity for you in love as well. So getting a bit of a dual message coming through there, but you know, everything taking a little bit more time than maybe you're, I feel like you are sort of stuck in your head kind of going, when is this going to happen for me? When am I going to meet someone who, you know, opens my heart? Which we do see that, you know, give it time and the success is definitely there. Those opportunities are definitely there. It's just a matter of, you know, allowing yourself to accept that not everything can always happen, you know, on the time frame that we want it to. We do need to allow that divine timing to take its course. All right. But we'll have a look at physical health. What's going on for Gemini with physical health, please? I've got letter there. So some sort of communication being very important with your physical health at the moment. All right. You know, this is some sort of communication I'm getting drawn to. Like you may have already, you know, I'm kind of getting that this has got to do with something, you know, physical health related, in the sense that you may have already been discussing this with, you know, a doctor or something along those lines. Even if you haven't been talking to your actual doctor, you may have sort of been mentioning it to, you know, somebody in passing. Oh, I've got this thing going on. And this person all of a sudden is going to be communicating with you. I think this is, you know, this is linked to this or something along those lines is kind of what I'm getting. But some sort of communication being important when it comes to your physical health. So when you do receive that communication, I would actually be listening to that, because it's got something, it's leading you somewhere with your physical health that you need to be aware of. We also do have the black hole has come out. So with the black hole there, you know, I did draw a second card for that health, because we're just seeing, you know, some sort of communication being important. For some of you, this is test results or something along those lines, you know, but it's leading to this black hole energy, which that black hole energy is where we find ourselves, you know, feel as though something's being sucked in to ourselves, like we're being sucked into this black hole. You know, so for a lot of you, this could talk about issues of depression, those sorts of things. So I'm kind of getting that vibe that for a couple of you, we may be looking at some harder health news than you were expecting. Which is sort of dragging you down into a bit of a depression about that. I just want to grab one more to see, you know, with that health specifically, where's that, what's the outcome for Gemini with this health news, please? Yeah, so we do have the sun on the bottom of the deck, which does talk about things being revealed and that the happiness will be revealed to you eventually with this. But, you know, we do have the ruins coming out. So something needs to be destroyed when it comes to your health. Okay, so I'm kind of getting along the lines of, you know, with that black hole, it's kind of like that an abscess. I'm just trying to get a clear body pin on what that black hole is around. For a lot of you, it's got to do with mental health, and something needs to be destroyed in regard to that. So it's kind of like needing to destroy that way of thinking and really try to focus on, you know, transforming the way that you're thinking about things, because, you know, we have seen that moth energy. We have also seen that clouds energy for you, where you know, you're in this tendency to think the worst. And allowing that overthinking to sort of take over. So it's really kind of needing to, get a bit more control over that for yourself, Gemini, so that you don't get sucked down into this black hole of sort of depression and anxiety and whatnot. Needing to put that to an end, and allow that to end so that you can, regrow the way that you do look at things. But for some of you, this is something about, something, because I'm just sort of getting shown like I keep getting like an abscess, or like, something that needs to, I just keep getting shown like this round, like it's like a round black mass within you. So for some of you, this is, something like an abscess. I just keep getting that abscess, or it's like a cyst type energy that needs to be cut out of you. Once that's destroyed and removed, everything will be rebuilt around that, and it's going to be, I feel long term that, that happiness is on the bottom of the deck. So long term, everything is going to be okay with this issue. For some of you, that's like a mole getting removed, or a mole that needs to be removed. So I am getting those sorts of energies coming through here, Gemini. So, if you, but I do feel as though for a lot of you, you've already been talking to somebody about this. You've already been communicating about this, or someone will be communicating to you about, it'll be something innocuous like, oh, Gemini, have you had that mole checked recently? And then that sort of spurs you to go and get it checked, and then you're finding out that you need to get that removed. But then after the ruins, we do see a brand new slate, a new slate being able to be grown back from that. Once that's revealed to you, and once it's kind of, I feel, removed, once that void is removed from within you, it will be, leading to that sun happiness energy. All right, so I don't feel like it's anything to be afraid of, even if it is something scary at the time. I do feel as though, we do have that sunshine coming through at the end of the day. So I do feel that for a lot of you, that once again, it is that mental stuff going on, that overthinking, leading yourself into anxiety and depression, needing to, ruin that, bring that to an end, and revealing to yourself a new way of looking at things in a much more happy way. All right, and that will actually, lead you down a much more positive track. All right, but we will also look at social stuff for you as well, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know in regard to social? Okay, so we did see that Garden card up in your general as well. So, we do already have a little bit of a social aspect with that. Hanging out with friends, meeting up with new people, wanting to sort of manifest that sort of energy around yourself. Gemini and social energy, please. Beautiful. All right, so we have the fungi, all right, which, that is all about teamwork and working as part of a group rather than as just one solo little mushroom. They all have to sort of grow together. And this really does talk about, things growing from mulch kind of energy, from the compost. So, you may be actually really finding that you've got some stuff in common with people on a social aspect. In regard to, look, we all came from dirt and now we're here. We've grown so much. So maybe reflecting on what you do have in common with people when it comes to the way that you were raised, the compost that you've come from. I know that sounds a bit random, but a lot of the time we do really thrive in social interactions when we can find that common ground with people. And it does seem that for the best way for you to connect on a social sense is to actually connect on that sense of, look, we all came from the same mud, and now we're grown, and we've grown and changed a lot, and now we're these beautiful little mushrooms. All right, but it is a very socially linking card. It's really talking about, linking with that social community and using each other to grow even more, pushing each other further, when it comes to wow, I can't believe you've come from here and you've grown into this. Oh, you're going to you're going to grow so much more. Really hyping each other up. And your social group doing that for you as well, especially since we do have the fish. All right, so the fish does talk about abundance and wealth. All right, it is a financial card as well. So it's kind of, supporting each other financially as well. So, I do feel that, if someone within your social group does need a little bit of extra help, especially with Christmas so close, that it may actually be a really good time for you and a few friends to sort of join together and, banding together and helping raise everybody within the group, So I do feel that working as a community here is key for you, Gemini. So, joining as a group and, helping everyone rise together is seeming to be really important for you on a social level this sort of week, month, whatever. Okay, but that's what we have for you today, Gemini. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. And hopefully I will see you all again soon. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already.